What's up, World Wide Web? E-Daddy, your angry MOTU. Well, no, not anymore. We're just going to call it the E-Daddy, the angry toy guy. Welcome to 2019. And I think this will be my second episode of the year, because I think I did one on Voltron last week. So this week I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one. I'm going to try to stop doing so much of as many like character profiles, stuff like that when I'm reviewing the toys. Kind of integrate a little bit of just doing strictly toys. And hopefully by the time this one comes out, I might have already by then done the live review of this, the Holiday He-Man, and this one, the Laughing Prince Adam, which I'll be doing live. So hopefully by the time you guys are seeing this, those are already done. We've already talked about those. It's out of the way. They're done. But it makes one wonder, what am I here to talk about today? Well, that's real simple. We're going to talk about these funny little fellers right here. The Loyal Subjects MOTU figures. Now, when these came out, they were pretty cool looking. They were pretty badass when they originally came out. I know originally like we got just like certain ones, and then we ended up getting like repaints of them. So it kind of made a little, yeah, you know, just like, man, we're going to keep getting the same things over and over and over again. Now this past year they started releasing some new ones, which we got, you know, we're getting ones like, we're getting a Battle Cat, we're getting a Panther, we're getting a Battle Armor He-Man, a Battle Armor Skeletor. I'm having to look at the list here. We're going to get a Mechanic, Sorceress, a Ram Man, an Orko. Allegedly, the gold Orko has already been found. A Wondar. Let's see, King Randor, Zodak, Fisto, and Merman. Now, I was lucky off of a good buddy of mine on Facebook to receive a few of the newer ones. And we're going to go through and we're going to talk about those, how they look and everything. I'll see how it goes. So, with that being said, let's start the review on the Loyal Subjects. Alright, so we've got all these interesting little dudes. Like I said, it's come out over the years. So we'll go little by the ones I've gotten so far. Alright, so I talked about, you know, with Wave 1 we got a lot of variants. And probably one of the biggest ones I noticed with the variants came with Beastman. Now, originally they did the mini comics version, who was just straight up red, just like it was in the mini comics and all that. You know, and it's cool. It stayed tried and true to the mini comic version and all that. It was all great. Then they went through and they released later on the version like what we'd get with later on in the mini comics, and with the figure and the Filmation version or coloring and all that. Still really cool. So they threw in as a chase figure, it was a flocked version of the red one, and it's still really awesome looking, especially when you compare it to the other you know, still really nice looking. And it's a real good throwback and everything, you know, to the original mini comic Red and all that. Kind of gives a more demonic look, really, when you think about it. So, I mean, overall, they did pretty well, Beastman. But like I said, like here we got first wave. We got three copies, or 3 different versions of Beastman. I just realized you can't see the one. But still, it was pretty damn awesome looking right there. And with Beastman, you know, if anybody goes through and does customs and stuff like that, which I'm one that does, it made for something really awesome. If everybody remembers the Filmation toys back in the 80s, which I know a lot of my viewers do, we knew that Beastman and Mossman were basically, it was a recut, you know, the Mossman figure was a recoloring of the Beastman figure, and they added flocking to him. So I went through in the spirit of all things good and made a Mossman out of him, out of a Beastman, out of an extra. This one was, I think he was just strictly all red to start with. So I made me a Mossman out of it. Came out pretty good, I thought. You know, I probably didn't need to add the little shoulder spikes to him, but I thought, you know what, it still looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them on there anyways. And one of these days, you know, I might, if I can find me another Red Beastman plain, go through and do him up green like this again and flock him, have a flocked version. Alright, so we had those, you know, with Beastman. So then we got, make sure I get all these just lined up just about right here, because otherwise I'm going to have a huge mess climbing all over everything. So then we got Triclops, and then we got another variant coloration of him. And like I said, it's like, you know, it was cool and everything, but yeah, we were getting some of the base ones, base figures, base characters. But, you know, we'd get one and we'd get another different coloring of them. Sorry. We would see that a lot. You know. And then we got Man-at-Arms. 2 different, you know, colorings, you know. And on there they had like regular version and the mini comics coloring version of him. All these figures, they're articulated and they're done very well, without a doubt. Let's see. Many faces. You know, we got the 2 different, you know, the regular and then the mini comic version. At least that's what they're saying. Stratos, who will not keep a wing on to save his life here. Because you got the regular Stratos, and then you got the original mini comic version, which his blue wing on his right arm won't stay on. You know. Let's see, who else did we have here? Oh yeah, Trapjaw, and yes, I do have all of his weapons for both of them. You know, like I said, you got regular version, and then you got the mini comic version of him. Wasn't that bad. Oh, Tila, and I'm really surprised with this line we didn't get like a green goddess version of Tila, to be honest, since that's how they were originally going with her, with the mini comics, you know, being the goddess and all that. Now I know somewhere out there is a variant of Evil Lyn. Do not have her yet, so we got like the toy version, you know, the toy colors and all that. Oh no, we really can't complain too much. Now, that being said, let's get to the two main heroes out of that set. So then we got two different colorations and variants of Skeletor, which, I mean, they look really, really good. They really do. You know, now the only thing I saw, like, okay, so they had them, like the toy version, you know, where we got like the power sword. This one over here, we ended up with just the his regular sword. Make sure everybody can see it there. Other than that, I mean, other than slight coloring differences, you know, it wasn't too bad. Now, I went through and I ordered from that Wish app. I ordered a Skeletor, or ordered a Loyal Subjects figure off of them, and I got this little dude right here. Yet another color variant, which, I mean, it's like he's got a brighter blue skin tone than any other of the Skeletors, and definitely a different looking face. And I'm trying to look, yeah, I mean, and they used somewhat of his armor from, let's see, that one right there. You can tell, like, I gave him his armor, but you compare him to the other one as far as skin tone goes, and you'll see a difference here, without a doubt. Get it flashed over to it here. Yeah, you notice the differences here. So I don't know what was up with the Chinese on that one. Now, I know the coloring for the battle armor Skeletor didn't look anything like that. So then we got, finally, last but not least, we did get He-Man, which, you know, we got regular version and a mini comic version yet again. You know, I don't know what was with the red. I don't remember it being that red. I remember it more kind of being brown and all that, but whatever. You know, with the toy version, got more of an orange version, and they had like orange to his swords, red to this one right here, orange to this one, to his shield, to his sword, the axe, and all that. Now, that being said, that leads to another good one that, you know, you could honestly go through and do different customs with. And you could with Skeletor too. I've seen some people do some really killer looking scare glows with them. So that was really cool. I went through one He-Man, and I don't have him completely finished yet. I'm still kind of working on him a little bit. But did make myself a faker out of it, which is, you know, it's a work in progress without doubt. But he's getting there. And then another fellow, oh crap, good thing I can cut this out later. Another good friend of mine, he went through and made a battle damaged faker out of a He-Man, and to be honest with you, he did like a lot better job than I did with just a regular one, in which I may try to duplicate this, but just do it in a non-battle damage kind of way. So anyways, that's a good look at most of the Wave 1s. I know I'm missing a few of the variants and stuff like that. Same as what we're going to cover here with the Wave 2. I don't have them all yet. I'm working on them. I've got like 5 of them so far. So one of the cool ones that we got, and I'm really hoping if they do decide to do like variant repaints on this one, that they do it on the Ram Man here. Now we got the mini comic 8-back color variant of Ram Man with the orange tunic. I'm really hoping that there's the red and silver one with the green leggings and all that coming out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Ram Man. He's really cool looking little figure and all that. And if you want them looking at, keep looking at the one we're used to with the red tunic, green leggings, black boots and all that. Now this one, it looks like the basics from Wave 1 as far as how he is and everything, and that was cool and all that. I really didn't have an issue with that. I thought, alright, that looks pretty cool. I like it. Pretty awesome. Then I started getting to some of these other ones. Now, another one that, a lot of us, we've come in clamoring for. I don't know, Classics and Classics figures. He's like one of the most expensive ones to get our hands on. But is Fisto. Now, right off the bat, what I noticed was the Wave 1 figures did not have a whole lot of articulation. I mean, you get the arms move up and down, the head's turned side to side, waist, legs moving back and forth. But I noticed with these guys, they had to where the knees turned. Oh yeah, and the ankle joints on the Wave 1s. We started getting where we could bend the knees and all that. Like, alright, that's pretty cool. I like that. And I do like the way that they did make Fisto look. Now, the one thing I did notice, though, is, and I'm just realizing, is that he is a lot skinnier. These figures are a little skinnier than the originals. Than the Wave 1s. They're a lot thinner. And I don't know how many people actually noticed this, but I mean, they're a significantly bit different, thinner in size than the originals, than the Wave 1s. Another one we got, and I really hope that they do a green one will be Merman. And this is where I honestly noticed how much skinnier he was. You look at the skinniness here, and then you put him up to any other one. I'm going to keep pulling He-Man out here. And you can tell, like, there's a skinniness there. But then I got to noticing there's another difference that I did not notice with Fisto. I mean, yeah, you still got the knees, but you've got almost like the ab crunch action here. Like, they didn't make his chest all in one piece, they made it in two pieces. You can still turn it, but also at the same time you had the bell moving back and forth action here. Like I said, I did not notice that with Fisto, and of course, they didn't have it with Ram Man. So then we'll talk about Skeletor here. And this one, I was glad to see, they threw his Havoc staff in with him, but any of us that ever got Skeletor early on, the Battle Armor Skeletor as an 80s toy, know that he just came with the axe. Instead, we get a sword and his Havoc staff. Anything, they should have went ahead and included the axe with him instead of the power sword. And once again, you did have the same thing there. You had the waist or the chest two-piece right there for the ab crunch motion. So I mean, it was I do like what they did with them. Now, and I'm trying to find a little piece before I go any further with this. I don't know what I did with the box, but one of the other ones I did manage to get a hold of was Mechanic. Now, Mechanic, you could go through, and when he comes packaged, they've got to where you can go through, and there's a little there's a little blue piece that will actually fit here in the neck hole. So you can take the head and pop it on there. He comes packaged like that. Right there. You know, where his head's sitting on there like he's normal. You can pop it off because they come included with, along with his mace, the neck extension. So that was really cool. Go through and I honestly like having him set up with the neck extended out. So I mean, it does make him a little bit more top heavy without a doubt, but you can get him to stand up normal and everything. And that's where you kind of, if you're not watching how you got him stand up, you'll start noticing the tippage, and that's where you start noticing the two-piece waist setup. Trying to see if there was a way to get that off there, but not. But it was nice to see him throw something a little bit extra in on those, without a doubt. Alright, so we've taken a good look at them with how they came out and everything, and like I said, you know, still working on getting the Wave 2s, and I'm going to do a separate review whenever I do get the cats and everything. It was nice to see them go through with this next wave and go through and add some new figures. Undoubtedly, you know, a lot of us, you know, we're always on the hunt for all the little variants and all that. But there's a long list of things that we can do with this now. You know, we're getting some of these extra ones. Me personally, I'm gonna be on the lookout for another merman and another mechanic, so I can go through and make my own little custom stinkor in the future. You know, there's, you know, they went through and they did Wondar, in which a lot of us probably would have went through and made our own using a Series 1 He-Man. And the chest piece from Zodak. You know, I see a lot of people going through and doing that. But, you know, they did throw Wondar in there. Now on the cats, I'm kind of hoping that with Panther, that he does come out flocked. Overall, I gotta give Loyal Subjects a lot of credit for going through and doing these with the Masters Universe. They're cool looking little pieces, without a doubt. You know, they're definitely a cool little throwback to the way they were, you know, as far as coloring goes. And while I don't like, you know, that they put out so many variants with the line in each wave, but, you know, it's kind of nice, you know, it is kind of nice to have them like that. So anyways, with that being said, I'm E-Daddy, your angry toy guy, who actually didn't have anything angry too much to say about them, other than a little bit different. So until next time, I'm E-Daddy. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.